Bayesian normal form game. So this is one gift game. I've talked about this particular game, introduced this in the earlier recording as well. You can see that. So in this game, there are two players, player 1 and player 2. Player 1 knows his own type, whether he is friend or enemy. And nature is deciding whether player 1 can be a friend or could be an enemy. Player 2 doesn't know whether player 1 is a friend or an enemy. So I am player 1, you guys are player 2, let's say, and I am going to gift you something. So you will come to know about my nature through the gift which I am giving you. So if my gift is going to increase your happiness, you will then reason in your head that I am your friend. If the gift which I am going to give you, that is going to increase your, that will be insulting to you, then you will reason in your head that I am your enemy. Now here nature is starting. So nature starts and he says, okay, with probability P, player 1 can be a friend, and with probability 1 minus P, player 1 can be an enemy. So I'm just repeating this game so that you understand how do we write strategies and all. Player 1, when player 1 is a friend, right? Player 1 gives a gift to player 2. You guys are player 2. Player 2 has two choices. There are two choices. One is player 2 can accept the gift or reject the gift. I'm your friend. If you accept my gift, I will feel good. And since I am your friend and I have gifted you something, you will also feel good. Your happiness is going to increase. I am your friend. I am giving you something which is going to increase your happiness, but you reject it. I will feel bad. So it is -1. I am your friend. I have gifted you something and you rejected it. You are not getting any utility. Right? Now let's look at enemy case. I am your enemy. I have gifted you something and you accepted that gift. I'll feel good. Wow. It is going to be easy for me to insult you. My utility is 1. But the moment you have accepted the gift, your utility is going to fall. Why? Because it is insulting to you. Well, if I am your enemy, I have gifted you something that was insulting to you, but you rejected it, I will feel bad. Just see, I mean, how much I thought that, okay, this is going to insult you, I could prank you, but you rejected it. So that is going to give me less utility. And by rejecting it, by rejecting my gift, which was insulting to you, you don't know it beforehand. Let's say you rejected it. So you will be getting 0 utility. Now, if I am friend and I do not gift you anything, so definitely neither I'll get any utility nor you will get any utility. If I am your enemy and I do not gift you anything, neither I will get any utility nor you will get any utility. You with me? So I hope you know this. And this line is telling me that player 2 doesn't know that at which node game is. Player 2 doesn't know whether player 1 is an enemy or is a friend. So he doesn't know that. Right? He doesn't know that. And okay, I can't drop this. So that is the reason you have this line. So can you think of what could be the strategies of player 1? Now, this part is going to assume that you know how to write these strategies of the normal form game, right? So if you look at player 1 has 4 strategies. Player 1 has 4 strategies. So what could be the strategies? And player 2 has only 2 strategies, accept or reject. Player 2 has only 2 strategies, accept or reject, while player 1 has 4 strategies. What could be the strategy? Right? It could be GF, GE, GF NE NF GE and NF NE. So these are 4 strategies of player 1, and these player 2 has only 2 strategies, A and R, right? Accept or reject. Now we will have to convert this into a normal form game. I'm again repeating that this is assumed that you know, right? Maybe I think I have recorded how to write the strategies for the extensive form game when you want to write this in a normal form game. So see, in the cases without nature, the point is that there would be a single strategy profile is going to induce a single path. But with nature, there can be multiple paths also. And as far as nature is concerned, nature's choices are predetermined with a probability distribution. That we know it, that person 1 is going to be a friend or an enemy, right? So he's going to be friend with probability P and enemy with probability 1 minus P. The person is going to be friend with probability P and enemy with the probability 1 minus P. Now the payoffs of these paths are going to be averaged as per the nature's probability distribution. So the basic thing is that the probability distribution of nature is fixed. This P and 1 minus P is fixed. Okay, so we have to fill up this table. When player 1 is playing GF, GE and player 2 accepts it. Player 1 is playing GF, GE and player 2 accepts it, right? So what is the expected payoff here? So I'll just write it using, okay, right. Player 1 के लिए देखें बेटा. So player 1 with probability P, he's going to be a friend, and if player 2 accepts, then the payoff of player 1 is 1. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy with, and if player 2 accepts it, the payoff of player 1 is 1, right? So this thing comes out to be 1. You with me? This thing comes out to be 1. So you लिख लो because I'll rub it, right? Player 2 के लिए देखिए. With probability P, player 1 is a friend, and if player 2 accepts it, his payoff is 1. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy, and if player 2 accepts it, his payoff is minus 1. Right? So this thing will come out to be 2P minus 1. 2P minus 1. So the payoffs are 1 comma 2P minus 1. So I hope you have written it. And I'll just write this thing. So it is 1 comma 2P minus 1. Acha. When player 1 plays GFGE and player 2 rejects it. So player 1 is going to be a friend with probability P. And if player 2 is going to reject, what is the payoff to player 1? Minus 1. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is going to be an enemy. And if player 2 is going to reject, what is the payoff of player 1? Minus 1. Right? So I think this is going to come out to be minus 1. Huh? Okay. Player 2 के लिए, player 1 is a friend with probability P, and if player 2 is going to reject it, then the payoff of player 2 is 0. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy, and if player 2 rejects it, it is 0. The payoff is 0. right? So what are the payoffs? So this will be 0 only. So minus 1 comma 0. What are the payoffs? Minus 1 comma 0. Hmm? Minus 1 comma 0, right? So I'll do one more and then I'll just write the thing. I'll just say, then you have the another is GFNE. So player 1 is playing GFNE, right? And player 1 is accepting it. अब देखो GFNE, game is ending here. तो वैसे ही हमारे को पता है 0-0 आना है. So it is going to be what? Player 1 is GFNE, right? So player 1 has is playing GF and player 2 has accepted it. So with probability P, this guy, sorry, GFNE na? GFNE. Player 1 is a friend with probability P, and if player 2 is going to accept it, he will be getting 1, right? If he's going to accept it, he's going to get 1. With probability 1 minus P, when he is enemy, right, and player 1 has accepted it, then player 1's, right? So this is going to be P. Let me just repeat this once more. So we are playing GFNE and player 2 has accepted it. So when he has gifted, player 2 has accepted it. With probability P, person is a friend. Player 1 has accepted it. What is the payoff here? 1. Then NE. Player 1 is an enemy with probability 1 minus P, and the payoff of player 1 is 0 here. So it is P into 1 minus P into 0 is going to be P. What about player 2? With probability P, player 1 is a friend. Player 2 has accepted it, so the payoff is 1. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy and player 2 has accepted it, so the payoff is 0. So it is P. Am I clear on this, everyone? So it is P comma P. ये ध्यान रखेंगे बेटा. तो इसमें नोड्स ना ऐसे जा रही हैं, like this and this one. So it is P comma P. What about this guy? GFNE, and the person has rejected it. Player 2 has rejected it. So player 1 is a friend with probability P. Player 2 has rejected it, right? So the payoff of player 1 is minus 1. Player 1 is enemy with probability 1 minus P. Player 2 has rejected it. Ab bhai, player 1 has not gifted, so it doesn't matter whether player 2 is going to reject or accept. So 0-0 hi aana hai. So with probability 1 minus P, even if he's an enemy, but since whether player 2 is accepted, rejected, it doesn't matter. Player 1 ke liye, it is going to be 0, right? So it is P into minus 1 plus 1 minus P into 0, it is minus P, right? What about this guy? Player 2 ke liye beta, with probability P, person 1 is a friend, player 2 has rejected it, so this is the payoff, 0, right? With probability 1 minus P, person 2 is an enemy and player 2 has rejected it. So I'm again repeating this point. Even if player 1 is an enemy, but since he has not gifted anything, so it doesn't matter whether player 2 is accepted or rejected. It is not going to give any, neither it is going to give any utility to player 1 nor to player 2. So this is going to come out to be 0. So what are the payoffs? Minus P comma 0. What are the payoffs? Minus P comma 0. Right? minus p comma 0. So I hope you guys can fill this up. So when you fill this up, or should I just write it for NFGF also? So NFGF, right? NFGF. So what is going to happen? So sorry, NFGE. NFGE. Sorry. This should be NFGE. Yeah, it should be NFGE. I've written it wrong. I'm so sorry. It should be NFGE. And this should be NFNE. It's a misprint. NFGE. So when he is a friend, he has not gifted. When he is enemy, he has gifted. So it is with probability P. When he is a friend, he has not gifted. What are the payoffs? 1. With probability 1 minus P, he has gifted, and the person 2 has accepted. What are the payoffs? Minus 1. Oh, sorry, 1. Right? So this thing comes out to be 1 minus P. Player 1 के लिए. Player 2 के लिए, with probability P, person 1 has not gifted. So the payoffs are 0 for player 2. With probability 1 minus P, person 1 has gifted and person 2 has accepted. So the payoff is minus 1. Right? So it is P minus 1. So it is 1 minus P comma P minus 1. One minus P comma P minus 1. So you have to reason it in your head like this. Now, NFGE when person 2 has rejected it. NFGE when person 2 has rejected it. So with probability P, player 1 is a friend, right? And player 2 has rejected it. So player 2 has rejected it means what is the payoff of player 1? 0. So I hope you know, I mean, even if I'm a friend and I'm not gifted, so it doesn't matter whether player 2 is accepted or rejected, I'll get 0, 0, right? I'll get 0, you will also get 0, right? With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy and player 2 has rejected it. So what is the payoff of player 1? Minus 1. Right? So this thing comes out to be P minus 1. Okay. Then player 2 के लिए, with probability P, person 1 is a friend, player 2 has, person 1 is a friend and player 1 has not gifted anything. So player 2, even if he has rejected it, तो उसका कितना payoff है? 0. With probability 1 minus P, person 1 is an enemy and player 2 has rejected it. So what is the payoff of player 2? 0. So it is P minus 1 comma 0. Right? P minus 1 comma 0. बेटा ये तो बहुत ही आसान है. NFNE. Whether I am player 1 or player 2, I have not gifted you anything. It doesn't matter whether you have accepted or rejected it. You will be getting 0 only. I'll do just 1 and then I'll just write it. So, अब जैसे देखो, NFNE, player 1 has accepted it. So with probability P, player 1 is a friend. Player 2 has accepted it. So what is the payoff of player 1? 0. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy. Player 2 has accepted the gift. What is the payoff of player 1? 0. So I hope you can do it now. Just 0. Similar is for player 2 also. With probability P, player 1 is a friend. Player 2 has accepted it. So what is this guy? Your what is this guy? Sorry. Player 2 ka payoff. Player 1 is a friend. Player 2 has accepted it. So player 2 ka payoff is 0. With probability 1 minus P, player 1 is an enemy and player 2 has accepted it, तो भाई ठीक है, यहाँ पे एक्सेप्टिंग रिजेक्टिंग का दोनों का सेम ही पे ऑफ रहेगा ना, इट इज 0 0, बेटा सेम ही रहेगा, इट इज 0,0. हाँ, so it is 0,0, 0,0. Am I clear on this? Huh? So this is the normal form game of this Bayesian game. So it involves little more steps as compared to your normal strategic form without uh, without nature. So with nature, I mean, these complications are going to come. So you will have to write the payoffs in terms of the expected payoffs. So I hope it was useful to you. Thank you, beta.